We all know how important it is to take control of your life. That's easy to talk about, but not so easy to do.
You have to do it. Educator and business consultant Stedman Graham lays out a step-by-step process to reach your goals. It is in his latest book. It is called Identity, Your Passport to Success. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Man, we want success, so help us.
Well, you know, most people are stuck in the box.
I mean that in every way, not in terms of the television program.
They're stuck in the box and they're doing the same thing over and over every single day. So if you did the same thing you did yesterday as you will do today, what have you done? Nothing.
Same results. You get the same
You go to
thing.
school, the educational system teaches you how to memorize, take tests, repeat the information back, you get labeled with a grade. If I ask you what you learned 2 weeks later, the student would probably say, I forgot.
Yes.
So nothing from nothing is nothing.
Right.
So I contend that you have 6.5 billion people who don't know who they are. They have no process for organizing their life around the 24 hours that they have.
Sounds like the population of the world.
The population of the world, they have everybody's got 24 hours. That's what makes you equal. The question is, how do you organize the 24 hours around yourself so that you can be a learner?
But Stedman, you talk in the book about, for many years, you didn't really know who you were. You were very candid about that. You talk about labels, self-imposed, some of them, and labels that other people put on you. So growing up, what were some of the way you were labeled and how that led you to your journey to find your own identity?
Well, I had a race-based consciousness. I thought it was about white America and the government. And so you turn your power over to them to define who you are. Wrong. Secondly, I thought it was about my brothers. I had 2 disabled brothers in my family, low self-esteem, lack of confidence as a child growing up. I thought it was about my family. Wrong. In my relationship with Oprah, you know, people put me in the box. You know, they define me by who she is, and she's a wonderful person and a great woman. But that's not. I'm not Oprah. That's who she is. It's not me. Wrong. And so the ability to be able to, again, not be defined by your race, your family, your gender, your religion, your house, your car, your job, your relationship, all those things that are socially constructed to make you think that's who you are, so that the world can control the way you think. And so the process of developing yourself is a leadership process, which is you got to transform your thinking from a follower to a leader, from a consumer to a producer, from a slave to an owner, especially in the 21st century.
But then how do you, because as you point out, we're so focused on defining ourselves by these titles and these categories that are out there, whether it's I'm a journalist, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, you know, I'm a woman. So then how do you break away from what we've so long established is in fact our identity to figure out who you are? Well,
you take control of your development. And the way the system is set up, it's hard to really learn if you're memorizing, taking tests, repeating information back, and then you can't source information that's relevant to your talents, to your skills, to your passion, to what you love. So it's more of an external process, which is how we define ourselves, as opposed to an internal development process of taking the 24 hours, taking information. The world's a collection of unlimited wealth and information, and making that information relevant or sourcing that information so it's compartmentalized in your family, in your spiritual life, in your hobbies, in your skills, in your talents, in your strengths, so that you can develop yourself.
So part of that, you say, is really looking at what we read. And how that influences
a lot of information today. What are we doing with the information? We're texting all day long. What are we talking about? Nothing.
But the central point here is that you have to be active in finding out who you are. You have to be active in finding out yourself. You can't let somebody else define it, but it is a proactive process to get there.
Charlie, exactly right. You have to be conscious. And so what I'm doing with this book, Identity, is to get people conscious of the fact that you have an identity, and not a socially constructed box that people put you in, that label you, that define your existence, your destiny, your family, and who you are.
You talk a lot too, Stedman. I've heard you over the years about vision and leadership. And I think it's so great because over the years, Oprah and I have vision, leadership, what is that exactly? Then I heard her the other day say, you know, Stedman's on to something with vision and leadership. Wasn't that gratifying, Stedman? Isn't she such an I told you so person?
If you don't have a vision for the United States of America, you're lost.
I know, but
You don't have a vision
let's wait for a
the-
second, because we have to relish in this, Stedman and I, because it's so rare that Oprah admits that, maybe she was wrong. So it was really a sweet moment the other day on the air when she said, maybe Stedman is onto something with vision and leadership. Didn't you just enjoy that moment for
The
just a
good book
second?
says where there is no vision, the people perish.
That's true.
So if you can't see beyond your box,
Yes.
then you're going to be in poverty for the rest of your life. You're going to be stuck where you are. And the reason that you're going to be stuck, because you're doing the same thing over and over, which gets you the same results.
When she brings these kinds of handwritten notes, you better watch out. I'm just giving you some.
Now, she's good. Success when preparation means opportunity. You're
yes.
prepared.
Yeah. You always say that success is a process.
For me, I'm right brain. So right brain is emotional, right brain is big picture, right brain is vision. I need process to succeed. When I discovered that, I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And having a sports background, which is left brain, which is more structured, I said, okay, for my success, I have to have process and structure. I have to force myself to do that.
You also have to live in the moment. So everybody watching this wants Stedman to tell us about his Oprah.
Does she snore? You're the only one that knows the answer to that question.
That's exactly not what I was thinking, but that's a good.
This is, I mean,
Does she snore,
let
Stedman?
me just tell you.
No, you
to
know
come from
person that-
Kosciuszko, Mississippi,
That's true. That's
been abused as a child,
Right.
a black woman
Right.
who's now a billionaire,
Right.
self-made, okay, in this country that is socially constructed, not to exactly celebrate your success, okay, that's a milestone. And to be a woman on top of that.
Right.
And so, I mean, this is a person who's been #1 for 25 years. Every book that she put on the show has gone to bestseller. She has her own network. She's from Kosciuszko, Mississippi.
And it was not an easy
And
first
it's not an
20
easy
years.
thing. So, and you talk about someone who has talent, skills, and process, and smart. She's been able to put that together
What is
to
it you
get
think
beyond the labels based on a socially constructed process that tries to keep her down and has kept people down year after year after year after year.
And OWN isn't where it wants to be right now, but I'm not counting her out, and I know neither are you.
No, it's a process. You can't just come in and create an organization or build a company in 6 months.
That's right.
You got to put your voice in it. You got to work on shows. So she'll be fine.
Great to have you here.
As you put in here, progress begins one step at a time.
One step at a time.
So we'll take the first step this morning. Stedman
First step
Graham
is understand who you
are. Second step is to listen to your time cues, otherwise you get in trouble and then you get fired. So, Stedman Graham, thank you for coming
so
by.
much.
Identity
Thank you
is
so
now
much.
available in bookstores and online.